Well, so far, Update 2.9 has been extremely controversial due to the fact that every single DMR in the game is now going to be full auto. And you know this is a very serious video when I get out of the black shirt. We got the gray shirt on in this one. Leave a like if you want to see more gray tees. No, but all jokes aside, the meta will never be the same. Not only if they go through with the changes, which they obviously will, but there's no way in hell they're actually going to leave it like this. Whether the DMRs are all going to have a reduction in damage, or whether they start buffing other weapons, because DMRs are just going to be too strong. They do too much damage, they have too little recoil, and the fact they're going to be full auto. So we know where PUBG stands with the spray. They love the spray meta. Why? Because it's easier, and that's what the overwhelming majority of the player base wants. As much as we don't agree with that decision, or a lot of us don't agree with it, we are in the minority, and that's just a fact. But they did make a couple changes that I believe everybody will be able to get behind, and that is involving vehicles. They actually listened to FEITZ. They listened to FEITZ because in his tweet, he had said that he wants more vehicle respawns. Well, guess what? Maybe not necessarily respawns, but we do have a brand new building on the map where you can pick what vehicle you want to spawn in the garage. All right, this is kind of right outside of Pachinki, just down the hill. I believe this is just south of Pachinki, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. And the other thing is, I don't know how many of these garages there's going to be. In beta, there's only one. Only to have one, I mean, in a match, how many real players are in a match? 50? Maybe 40 real players are probably in each one of these classic matches. 40 players, one garage to get a car. Again, beta is not the same as global, obviously. Global is totally built different, and a lot of things that they release in beta sometimes don't even show up, like for example, like the recall towers in Miramar. And then some things aren't fully polished. So if you guys say, let's go back. So it's quite simple. You go, I didn't go back far enough. So here you pull up, you go up to the door, and you can pick which car that you want. Here we have the UAZ, we have the Dacia, we have the Coupe, we have the Murado. And again, because it's beta, not all the vehicles aren't in here, but also, if you guys look, so he selects Coupe. And he gets a monster truck. So not quite the same. He's like, what the hell is going on? But regardless, this garage is coming to a wrangle. So we have a new point of interest for everybody. Wow, the combat knife is really, really OP. So this is in itself a direct response to FEITZ, because he had mentioned he wants more vehicle respawns. Instead, they gave us this garage right here. Now, I would imagine they're going to have more of these on the map. To only have one, I don't know if loot is going to be, if there's going to be loot spawns inside this building, if they're going to be putting anything else around it. But to only have one garage, kind of hard to believe. I think there are going to be more that they're going to pepper throughout the map. And it's basically one per person, at least as far as we know. Because we did go back to the garage to try to do it again. It's like once that door opens up, you can't use it again. I don't know if there's a timer on it, but again, yeah, just throw the knife at it. That'll get it to work. So anyway, we have a brand new building. Pretty cool. I mean, I definitely can get behind it, because one thing I want to show you guys. One thing I want to show you guys is this right here. And this is what we're talking about with vehicle respawns. This is right outside of Severny, okay? And this is just one of many examples. Look, right outside of Severny. Wait till you guys see how long I'm driving. This is the frustration that FEITZ had in his tweet. This is the frustration of, I mean, the entire player base. We were talking about not only the most popular map in the game, bar none. I mean, it's Erangel is second to none when we're talking about the map that everybody favors the most. There are no vehicles on this map, dude. Like, there's no vehicles. So we went up, down the entire road. Then let me go ahead and fast forward. Then we go down. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit the fork. There are no vehicles, dude. And in Severny, all we got was a trike. That's all we got. And look, you had the blue coming in right behind us. On a map this big, just like on Miramar, you have to have vehicles. And the thing of it is, they've added extra vehicles on this map. We now have the drop top. We have the monster truck now, but it seems like they added those vehicles, but they didn't add vehicle spawn locations, which it's very puzzling to me why they wouldn't want vehicles ready and accessible to the places that people play on the most. When we're talking about certain hot drops, let me go ahead and show you guys something real quick. Let me go ahead and pull this up. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. Do we have our marker? Yes, we do. We're going to take a look at where vehicles basically are non-existent, okay? And these are very popular hot drops, okay? A big one is this guy right here, Yasnaya. You might get lucky over on the west end. You might get lucky and find a vehicle just like north of the street. You can find sometimes a buggy at the very end of Yaz. There's also sometimes one right outside of like that police station, or whatever you want to call it. You might find a vehicle there. You will have at times you will have 5 or 6 squads drop in Yaz, and they're fighting for about 2 vehicles. Maybe 3. Same thing, Pachinki. Pachinki doesn't hit quite the same as it used to. That's for sure. There are a couple hot drops that people are choosing over Pachinki, but same thing. Like in that garage, you might find a vehicle, but not always. Every single garage on the map should have 100% guaranteed there should be a vehicle. If there's a garage, there needs to be a vehicle in it, period. Whether even if it's a motorcycle, a Dacia, it doesn't matter. There needs to be a spawn there, like a guaranteed spawn, because when it's 100% guarantee, of course, that's removing all the other RNG in the game, but it's ways where you can strategize not only your drop, but you can also strategize your rotations. When all of a sudden there's no car, that's when the shit really hits the fan in these locations. But yeah, a huge hot drop like Pachinki, you might have 2 cars. There's one on the road up here or over here, and then you might get lucky and find one inside the garage. Like this whole area, sometimes when you have a really crappy plane path, like this flight path isn't the best. Say you wanted to rotate up to George, say you want to go up to Severny. If you're a big NA camper, you might want to go up to Kameshki. With a flight path like this, when you land like in these areas, sometimes there might not be anything. There might not be one single vehicle. Same thing with the bridges. Again, these are just my opinions, but when you hit these bridges, there should be, in my opinion, there should be a guaranteed vehicle, not a specific vehicle, even if it's a bike, even if it's a trike, just something where you will be able to better your chances to survive. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a survival game. Survive first, shooter game second, right? But with horrible vehicle spawns on a map this large, where you pretty much have to have a vehicle, because there's a lot of dead space on Erangel, and without a vehicle, you are toast. Furthermore, there's actually one more thing. There's one more thing that I forgot, and that is, let me get the heck out of this, and let me go back here. There's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys right here in this video, is they have improved the handling. This is the other part that people are gonna be able to get behind with this update. They have improved the handling on the monster truck, on the roadster, and also the bike. They did a bike, what do we call that? A bike buff. They did do a bike buff. I think it was quite a few updates ago, but they really improved the bike, the handling, the turning radius. I think it's fantastic what they've done with the motorcycle. Well, they've further improved it. The Roadster is very, very popular. I would say Dacia, then Roadster. The only thing is, of course, the Roadster is only a 2-seater, but they have drastically improved the handling on this vehicle, especially when it comes to hitting little bumps. If you hit a bump the wrong way in Global, which is what this is, you will spin out. I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee that you're going to be spinning out. Here's a look at beta. Let me see. Did I go back far enough? All right. Let's go back. Boom, boom. Here we go. So if we take a look at this, again, watching it versus, playing it, yourself, it's totally different. But the way the Roadster feels in beta, which again is going to be 10 times better when it comes to global launch. Very, very excited about the Roadster. And like I said, the monster truck as well. But really, I didn't really have an issue with the monster truck ever. But in my opinion, I mean, I would much rather have a Dacia. If I was picking up a 4-seater. But this is definitely exciting. And not only quality of life, but any game, any game improvements like this, people are going to be able to get behind. So what do you guys think, man? We have a brand new building, a new point of interest. We have the improved handling. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually add more individual vehicle spawns on the map themselves. Make it to where a garage has a guaranteed vehicle. I think it's only going to make the player base happy. So I don't understand, it's confusing why they'd be reserved on making a decision like that. So anyway, drop a like. Update 2.9, man, is absolutely wild.